Israel launched airstrikes on military targets in southern Syria as tensions in the region continue to rise. Meanwhile, Syria's new regime is brutally persecuting Christians while the world, for the most part, remains silent. And in a stunning display of hypocrisy, Syria's leader condemned Israel for atrocities while his own government is carrying out real war crimes. Stay tuned. I'm Justin Hilton, and this is the Israel Guys. Real quick before we get into the show, we have a very special epic film coming out about Judea and Samaria. It's dropping here on the channel tomorrow. This is one of the most important films you'll ever see about Judea and Samaria, so please watch it, share it with all your friends. We really want this to go out as far and wide as possible, so make sure to stay tuned. Check out the channel tomorrow for a film about Judea and Samaria dropping. Last night, Israel carried out targeted airstrikes in Syria. Israeli fighter jets struck radars and detection assets used for constructing aerial intelligence assessments in southern Syria. In addition, command positions and military sites containing weapons and military equipment belonging to the Syrian regime in southern Syria were struck. The IDF said, quote, "The presence of these assets in southern Syria posed a threat to the state of Israel and IDF activities. These targets were struck in order to eliminate future threats." This is just the latest of airstrikes that Israel has carried out on Syria in the past couple weeks. We'll keep you guys updated on how the situation unfolds in the coming days. As Syria grapples with ongoing instability, the country's new regime has started horrific acts of persecution against Christians. Reports are coming out from various human rights organizations about Christians being massacred. One report I saw even said that 700 Christians have been massacred so far. This is horrible and tragic. And what I want to know is, honestly, where are the mass protests in the streets for these actual targeted massacres that are happening? Now, if you thought the hypocrisy couldn't get any worse, listen to this. The leader of Syria's new regime, Farouk al-Shara, recently lashed out at Israel, saying that Israel is the last one that can talk about atrocities. For context, many Israeli ministers have condemned Syria's new leader as a terrorist for his horrific massacres of Christians and other people inside of Syria, like the Kurds. The latest one was Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar. He said this, quote, "They were jihadists and remain jihadists, even if some of their leaders have donned suits. The international community must come to its senses. It must raise its voice against the barbaric murder of civilians, against the pure evil of jihadists." So, Syrian leader Farouk al-Shara dismissed Israel's criticism of mass killings blamed on his regime as quote-unquote nonsense. He said, "They're the last ones who can talk about atrocities." Think about that for a second. This is a government that is actively murdering Christians and other minorities, yet they have the audacity to turn around and condemn Israel for merely defending itself against terrorist groups like Hamas in the Gaza Strip. This kind of rhetoric happens all the time in Muslim countries in the Middle East. Divert attention from your own war crimes by blaming Israel. You guys already know this, but Israel doesn't target civilians. They don't massacre minorities, and they don't oppress religious groups. Syria is literally committing war crimes, yet somehow they think they have the moral high ground to lecture Israel. We'll be right back with the rest of the show in just 1 second. But first, did you know that you can diversify your investments while supporting Israel? Let me share with you a significant way you can strengthen Israel through investing. Many of my family and friends have been clients of the licensed investment firm Wise Money Israel for years. They're friends and financial sponsors managing Israeli stock and bond accounts for people around the world. You not only bless Israel by investing here, but can make a profit along the way. Support Israel by backing successful companies that empower the Jewish people. God promised that those who bless Israel will also be blessed. Be part of what He is doing in our days to make Israel prosperous. Align your finances with your faith, diversify your investments in currency, and partner with Israelis who share your values. For more information, see the description below. Visit wisemoneyisrael.com/theisraelguys and sign up for a free consultation today. Again, that's wisemoneyisrael.com/theisraelguys. U.S. federal agents have arrested and revoked the visa of a former Columbia University student who led anti-Israel protests on campuses, according to a report from JNS. This guy, Mahmoud Khalil, was a key organizer of aggressive, many times violent protests. The Department of Homeland Security said, quote, Khalil led activities aligned to Hamas, a designated terrorist organization. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said, quote, we will be revoking the visas and or green cards of Hamas supporters in America so they can be deported. President Donald Trump praised efforts to deport Khalil. He said, quote, following my previously signed executive orders, ICE proudly apprehended and detained Mahmoud Khalil, a radical foreign pro-Hamas student on the campus of Columbia University. He added that his administration will not tolerate, quote, anti-Semitic, anti-American activity. We will find, apprehend, and deport these terrorist sympathizers from our country, never to return again. If you support terrorism, including the slaughtering of innocent men, women, and children, your presence is contrary to our national and foreign policy interests here, and you are not welcome here. The White House also posted Trump's statement accompanied by the caption, Shalom Mahmoud, which honestly is just awesome. Last thing I saw was that a district judge blocked the deportation and set a hearing for Mahmoud Khalil's attorneys and the government to appear on March 12th. This is a significant step by U.S. authorities sending a message that radical activism that incites violence and anti-Semitism will not be tolerated. It also raises questions about how foreign nationals have been able to use American campuses as a platform for extreme anti-Israel rhetoric. I'm all for free speech, but calling for the annihilation of an entire people with chants like from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free is past the point of free speech and is incitement to violence. Now, a lot of the stuff that we talk about here on the show is unfortunately about negative things with the war going on here in Israel for the past year and a half. There's understandably a lot of sad, heavy stuff that we have to talk about. So I wanted to end the show today with more of a lighthearted story. Picture this. You're walking through a nice Tel Aviv hotel lobby, minding your business, when suddenly you notice something's missing. No, not your suitcase or your backpack, but the statue of David Ben-Gurion. Well, that's exactly what happened when a man was arrested for allegedly stealing a statue of Israel's first prime minister from a hotel lobby. Now, I get it. Ben-Gurion was a legend and all, but stealing his statue? Like, really? Maybe this guy just wanted some more inspiration at home. Maybe he needed a history tutor. Maybe we'll never know. Police were quick to act and the statue has since been recovered. But honestly, this just raises so many questions. First off, how do you just walk out of a hotel with this statue? Did nobody notice? Was he wearing a maintenance uniform and like stuffed the statue under his shirt? Was this a real life heist or just a guy who thought, you know what I need? I need a little more Ben-Gurion in my life. We'll leave that for the historians to debate, but at least justice has been served. That's it for today, guys. Continue to pray for Israel, for their safety, the strength to do what they need to do to take out terrorism in the Middle East. Don't forget to check out how you can invest in Israel's economy through our friends at Wise Money Israel. The link is in the description below. Subscribe, get the conversation going down in the comments section below. If you'd like to support our work here at the Israel Guys, head over to theisraelguys.com/donate. As always, stop listening to the lies and propaganda and connect with the truth of what is happening in Israel. We'll be back soon here at the Israel Guys. Catch you in the next one.